Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the vintage paper girl. Welcome to my studio. I'm very excited you're here with me today. Can you believe it? I'm back already. I didn't think I would be. Well, this project's been sitting in my head, bugging the living daylights out of me. So I decided to make a video. Now, it may not be a long one. I don't know, because when I start it and I'm talking to you, I really don't know until I've, worked on it for a little while, and then I can see how it's going to go. But anyway, I've got an exciting new project, something I don't think I've done. I don't remember doing it. So hopefully, I haven't already done this project. But we're going to go back to basics. And so if you're brand new making a journal, or even if you're very experienced, sometimes, we go back to the beginning. Now, I did something like that earlier in the beginning of the year, but not this particular project. So let's give this a shot. Before I get going, I promised you guys I would let you know what's new in the shop. And we got some exciting, fun new things, and yay! And these are things you guys requested either in comments or you sent Jolene a message. So we worked our little magic and went and got some of them for you. The first one was what we call GIMP. This is the decorator's dream. This is what we put on lampshades and all kinds of fun things, chairs. It's finished work. It could go on a couch to finish off, pillows, that kind of thing. But I have adapted it, being the seamstress that I am, for my journals and things. And I use them on covers, I use them on envelopes, all kinds of fun. So someone requested this. So we now have it in 3 yummy colors. This is like a dusty rose. We got a champagne, we got an ivory. So we've got the 3 in. You buy it by the yard. So that's now in the shop. Isn't that gorgeous? I used them on my envelopes and you guys went nuts for them. I can't show you because those are all sold and shipped out. Sorry for those of you who commented that you wanted some, but they already sold very quickly as soon as the thing went up. Then we're going to have the pom-pom trim, which is the tiny little pom-pom. We're going to have it the pink and the cream. We don't have this color yet. We're debating on whether we're going to get it, but I already had some from somewhere else. But we are getting these two. These two are already, all this stuff's listed in the shop. So if you wanted the pom-pom trim, which I use in the spring, I use it year round, very much shabby chic. I don't know about this color, but these 2 colors for sure. I think we're going to be getting some other colors in, so keep your eye on the shop. There will be more colors coming. So that's the mini pom-pom. Then we have some beautiful spring/summer tulle, sparkle tulle. Now I do use this, and especially in the summertime, springtime, I will use it on projects behind images, behind pages. It's another like layer tool. So we have it in all these gorgeous, and I think there's one more pink one that I don't have, but I thought I'd show these to you. Aren't they beautiful? Here, I'll hold them up so you can see what they look like in person. And they're listed in the shop already. Isn't that beautiful? And then we have this like wavy one, looks like ocean. If you're doing any kind of seaside one, this is stunning. I did use it in a seaside journal. You guys loved it. These are great behind flowers, botanicals, all the spring, all your spring stuff. Look at this one. Look at that. Beautiful, right? And then we have this one too. And these are limited edition. When they're sold, they're sold. When they're sold out, we don't have anymore and can't get anymore. So, and then there's this pretty one. So just wanted you to see, these are limited edition. So you might want to run over and get some while you can, because when they're sold out, that's it. All right. So let me put these aside because I don't want them in my way. I'll put those away later, but I don't want to be falling over them. Then I was working with, as you know, I've been working with file folders. And so I thought, I want some different colors. So I got these. These are very vintage looking. They're all vintage colors. We have a vintage green, blue, pink, cream, peach, and gray. And when we sell them, you get one of each colors to play with, right? So you have to buy more than one pack if you want multiples of a certain color, or talk to Jolene about it. I don't know how she's going to sell these, but I believe they're all going to be just one of each color with different, I don't know. Just these are the colors. Aren't they yummy? They're very vintage looking. They're not bright. They're perfect as a substrate that we use to make folios and things like that. I also saw a fellow YouTuber using white file folders. I have never seen bright white. So I had Jolene get some. Aren't they fabulous? Love them. Again, another great color. So those are all in the shop for your usage. You guys requested some different things, so here they are. Let's see. I think that's all the new stuff. So all of it's in the shop. You don't even have to wait for it. It's there waiting for you at your request. So it was fun that you guys requested all that wonderful stuff. I will be doing future summer projects in these file folders, including the white ones. So you might want to get a hold of them while you can, and before we sell out. Let me pop those away so I don't get them in dirty. Okay, so if you're new and you say, what shop? Sorry guys, we do this design journal and supply. There we are. That's how we're listed on Etsy, but there is a direct link in the drop down box. We created this shop for you guys, for all of our viewers, so you can have the supplies you need to create along with me, make similar things, you know, for your projects. So I've had this thing nagging at me. I thought, you know, I see a lot of beautiful journals and they're all done very differently. We all have completely different styles, right? And generally I take a journal and I use a digital kit and then I add, you know, other papers in, but there's a lot of digital pages. Well, this one, I'm going to call this neutral, very naked journal. This is a beginner journal, and we're going to make one of those today. Now, what you're going to want, and I got this, I'm pretty sure I got this at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I got some craft colored cardstocks. This is 65-pound weight. And I got some coffee dyed papers. Now, if you don't like coffee dyed, any kind of plain paper that you want, colors, whatever you want, but I would do it in a neutral tone because we want this to be very neutral. We're going to build on top of this, and it does require a neutral color. So whatever you want to use, if you want to use parchment, the parchment printer paper is really good. If you don't have this, Amazon has the faux coffee dyed papers for you. You've seen me use it before. I've talked about it many times. Hold on a minute. I'm going to show you what I was saying about the parchment colored paper is this color. This is a great color. You can use that. Just keep it neutral. Okay, we don't want a lot of color because we're going to build on top of this, and I'll tell you why it's so special in just a minute. Then if you want, you could either just leave it at this, or you could put in some book page if you have it, or you can use, this is a scanned document. I'm going to use that. Or, you know, if you have any other old book page, whatever you want to use, right? Just something with a little bit of writing. You're only going to put a tiny, tiny amount in here because we want to keep this neutral. The reason for that is to decorate this with, I'm going to show you how to use basic stuff like single-sided scrapbook paper and digital backgrounds. There's a lot of digital kits that are just backgrounds. They have some images, but they're not like super duper dressed up. Or even if they are, how to cut things out of them and create everything you want using those. Not having to buy a lot of fancy die cuts and stuff like that. Use your tools, use what you have in your stash. So we're going to get started on this, and we're going to start with one piece of paper that's going to be our cover. And I will probably, I'm going to start by just seeing where this comes out on here. I may use my board. Let me see. That's about right there. That's 5.5. Let me see if that folds right. Yeah, sometimes because this has a wider, these wide spines on them, it kind of cuts it in half. It might be easier just to fold it in half than try to use the board, unless you really want something nice and clean. Totally up to you. I think I'll just wing it. I want to see if using a scoreboard. If you love your scoreboard, use your scoreboard. So I'm going to use 2 pieces right off the bat. Hopefully you've got all your supplies together and you are crafting along with me. This paper actually kind of almost has a front and a back to it. It's a little harder to fold because it's 65-pound cardstock, but you do want that weight if you can get it, or a heavier weight of some kind. I'd probably go 110 as the outside, but I wouldn't do 110 inside. Okay, so there's There's that one. And then we're going to go four pieces. 4 pieces inside. Okay. Now I'm going to fold them all individually because I feel like if I fold them all together, we're not going to get a good hard fold. I will go back with my one folder here and fold everything really hard. Well, maybe I better do it as I go, right? I don't want to have to go back. Kind of use my finger as my guide to push it up against my finger. So we want 4 pages of plain paper, very, very plain. You could use pink or blue, whatever, if you have dyed papers of any kind. Well, I'm going to say not. I'm going to say no, don't. Sorry. Normally I would say, oh, use what? No, this is a very specific way I'm doing this, so no. Just try to get plain beige, tan, faux, whatever. It's okay. So we've got, and we've put those inside of, we're going to have a page of this, a page, we're going to have 2 of those pages together. Then we're going to put 4 in there. Okay. And now these are a little bit lighter, a different, is it or not? I guess it doesn't matter. So we're going to go 1, 2. I'm putting the darker side of the page inside. Three. Don't worry about what the pages look like because they're going to get covered. Most of them, well, these actually aren't. These are writing pages. These are your writing pages. I mean, we may do something to those. I don't know. But before we put those in, we're actually going to take another one of these. Looking to see what's my... And we're going to put... this is confusing. I'm sorry. I'm not good at tutorials. I've warned you. So you have 2 of those. You have 4. Okay. Then we want to give this some body. We're going to put one of the cardstocks in there. These are 65 pound. These are fine in there as long as we don't go the 110. You could do 110 on the cover if you really wanted a heavier cover piece. I don't think you need it because by the time you cover it, so we're going to put 2 of these again. So we have 2 there, 4 sheets, 2 there, 4 sheets. Got it? See where we're going with this? Now I may have to do some trimming. We'll see. And then we're going to go 1. Uh-oh. I thought I got enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, I'm a bird brain sometimes, I'll tell you. Okay. 1, 2, 2. Oh, cut on my shirt. This will be fun to play with, to write on too. If you're a journaler and you like a little interest on your page, you know, it's just very old looking. Okay, so we've got our 4. I kind of vary my pages if I see darker pages, lighter pages, so it's kind of, you know, varied. And then we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to put this in there. Oops. Okay, now we're going to do 2 more of these. So we've got 1, 2, we've got 4 of these. We're going to go 1, 2, 4 of those, and then we're going to go 1, 2. I hope I got enough. If not, I'm going to be running down the hall to my printer room and grabbing my more cardstock. I don't think I have any of this in here. 3, 4. I'm going to do 2 of these again. It's to give it stability, so we can put some heavy pockets and things on them. Does that make sense? I hope so. And it makes about 18 pages, I believe, times 4. So you're going to go 2, and you're going to have 1, 2. You're going to have your 4. You're going to go 1, 2. Have your 4. You're going to go 1, 2. Put your last 4 in. Now, yeah, well, it's going to get tied in, so I think it'll be okay. I don't mind that my pages cascade out. I do not mind that because, you know, I know that I'm going to finish the edge of these pages with lace or something, so it's going to be fine. But, you know, I think I'm... And then we have the center. Now, I might have to cut this one down. I really might, because it may be just way too wide. These are 8.5 by 11, if you're wondering. You can do an A4 size, whatever you have in your country. If you're in Europe or Canada or someplace like that. There. It gives us a ton of stability. Plus you have your writing pages, because what we're going to do is we're going to be decorating these pages, these heavier pages. Then we're leaving these as writing pages. And we may stamp or something on those. But we're going to keep those as kind of our decorative pages, and then we're going to have these as our writing pages, 2 more decorative, our writing pages, and then our center, which we're going to leave as, you know, nice and firm like that. So let me double check to make sure this is running. I have a weird feeling I forgot to turn it on. No, I did. All right, now, before we go any further, I want to add in each section, I want to add 1 piece of paper. So this one, in the middle of these 4, I'm going to add this book page. This is a tie-in book page. You don't have to have a tie-in. You can use Dollar Tree books. I don't care. Just make sure they're not, you know, bad words. Okay, now we can add, I'm going to add this one, but it's too big, so I'm going to trim off my edges. I just wanted a little bit of interest, but not tons. Does that make sense? I hope so. I'm going to move up my sleeves. It's warm in here today. It's like 76 out. Beautiful spring day, bright and sunny, cool breeze. Oh, no, no, no. You may not do that. I don't like that. Don't do it. All right. These are original document pages, French pages that I got, and I have scanned them into my printer and my printer, and then printed them up. I actually need to print some more. I got to find the original documents and scan some more that I can use. I don't need this one so wide, so I actually want it to be a little thinner. I kind of like the semi-rough edge. I couldn't get that to rip, so we're going to have to cut that, unfortunately. All right. Now, what I am going to do with this one, I think, because it's not real document, I'm showing you how you can use both real and digital. Okay, I'm gonna get the back just a little, because we are gonna, this back side makes another writing page, right? At least on this one. And I'm going to fold this over like we did everything else. And I'm gonna put that, okay, so we've got a book page right in the middle of these 2 pages. Where to go? Well, hello. Excuse my thumb, it's just a mess. I jammed it. I've been cleaning in my room, and I've just made a horrible mess out of it. I got to start putting some medication or something on it. I keep saying that and I keep not getting to it. Oh, where's the other one? Oh, I meant to put it. I'll show you in a minute. I'm sure you're totally confused, and I'm sorry. This is in my head, and I'm trying to get it out of my head and show you and have it make sense, right? So it's not so easy all the time. What's in my head doesn't always translate to verbal words, right? It might translate to doing something, but it may not translate to words. Okay, so I want that to kind of move up there. There we go. And then the last set of pages, basic pages right here. What did I just do? What? Oh man, did I mess up? I don't know what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. 2. Oh, there they are. 3, 4. Okay, so the piece is going to go right there. Now this is too long, obviously. It is real 1700s, or I think this one's actually 1600s document from Rachel at Roxy Creations. But I really wanted it in here. Oh, I just love that. Okay, it's too wide, right? Something's got to give. So let's pull this side off. This is rag paper and it's difficult to cut. There we go. And it's probably going to be too long. So I'm going to allow one that kind of folds over on the side like that. So it'll make kind of a little pocket. As Rachel would say, pockety thing. There it is. I need to be careful here. I don't want to rip it. It's very old, very, very old. It's what Rachel called worm paper. She doesn't have any more of this, so I got lucky and got some. But you can use digitals. Or if you have some scrapbook paper that you like that has a little bit of fake print in it, you can use scrapbook paper, but no printed. I want you to keep it neutral, 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 okay? So now that is sticking out. Oh my gosh, those are way sticking out. Okay. What do we want to do about this? What are we going to do about this? I'm thinking. I don't know if my little cutter will work or if I have to go over to Bertha. Yes, someone said, oh, I thought she was huge. No, she's huge for me being ill, and she's heavy. She's she's a heavy, heavy plastic. Very dense, you know, not like today's lightweight, like this thing is super lightweight. I'm thinking what I want to do is I want to cut off just a smidge. So I'm basically cutting off a 1/4 inch. See, just a little. And I'm going to do that on where to go. Oh, there's my other middle. Meant to do that on my middle piece, not that piece, but that's okay. There we go. That's going to give me a 1/4. Okay, that's going to go dead in the middle. Okay, that's better. Yes, you can see the papers, but that's fine. I'd rather see the papers than see the hard. Let me see. I kind of like it graduated out. I think it looks really cool, but everybody's different. If you don't like it, then you're going to have to go trim all your papers until they fit the way you want. I may do one more of these. Boy, I'm making this dull as can be, I can tell you. Oops, I just threw those on my feet. Okay. That has, yes, the papers stick out, and I don't mind that. It's just getting a little too heavy in the, that's further in. I'll show you in just a minute. I'm still thinking my way through this. Okay, I think I got it. Hopefully this isn't too confusing. Basically, you've done 2 pieces of craft cardstock, folded them in half. You've done 4 pieces of coffee dyed paper, whatever you're going to use, fold them in half. 2 more pieces of craft cardstock, fold them in half. Do 4 more of the paper. I seem to be missing one. Okay, I'm gonna have to look for the other one. fold them in half. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I must have miscounted. Whoops, I'm missing one. I'll get another one. Okay, so there you go. Let me see. Let me double check this. 1, 2, 3. I need one more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they're all there. Let me check the first section, make sure they're there. I guess I miscounted. Okay, I need to get one more. One more. Of course, I put it away. 1 second. Sorry about that. I thought I counted that very carefully. Oh well, best laid plan. Let me just grab some. 1 minute. If I can get one. I'll just leave the mess on the floor until I have time to go back and clean it up. Of course, it's on the other side of the room. I'm struggling with this chair. It keeps pulling up my carpet every time I move it, and then I trip over it. 1 sec. Okay. How are you guys today? Is everybody good? Hopefully you're doing better than me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, I need to stop being a drama queen here. There we go. Okay, now where did I say I was short one? 1, 2. 1, 2, it's not there. Okay, was I imagining it? 1, oh no, right here. Right here. There we go. And then I had stuck in between those, in between the first 2 pages, there's a book page or some kind of written page. So again, let's look at this again. One more time, in case you missed it. 2 pages of cardstock, craft cardstock. 2 pages of coffee dyed paper, tea dyed, whatever you want to use. Then a book page or some kind of printed page, and 2 more. 2 craft, 2 coffee dyed, another written page, 2 more cardstock, 2 craft, 1, 2 more, 1, 1, 2. It's about every 2 pages, right? And we have the center. Okay, not so bad. I did trim it. Let me see how we look. I think once I pull it in really tight, it might be okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to check my pages. We are making a very basic journal that allows us to use single-sided cardstock. I mean, not cardstock, excuse me, single-sided scrapbook paper, single-sided digital papers, whatever you like to use. I'm just checking to make sure everything's all lined up. Yeah, I wanted this one moved up some. This is why I do this, is just so I can move things around. Okay, let me get out my... Now, I am not a big pro at binding a journal. I know how. I do it often. But, I'm not the pro. So I don't want something that light. I would like something darker. I might use let's see if I'm going to use my cradle today. That cradle comes from Crafty Cat USA, Amy. That is on Amazon. I'm not sure if she's selling out of the US. A lot of us are not because of all the tariff issues, etc. right now. So every shop is different. We do not sell out of the US right now. So I like this color. I think it's going to go well. Very neutral. Gonna put that up there. I'm going to put that there. Going to grab, you can use big paper clips or you can use binder clips, whatever you want to do. I think I've got this the way I want it. going to go to the middle, and I'm going to push down really hard to make sure I've got it all where I want it. And I'm going to paper clip it, or binder clip, whatever you want. I got these giant paper clips on Amazon. You can get them over there. Pushing down into that deep pocket there. Push them down so you get it all tight. They don't have to be perfect. These are, well, some people call them junk journals. I call them handmade journals because I don't use junk, but, you know, whatever. Okay, then we're going to put them in here. Now, if you don't have one of these, you think, oh, no. Well, the other easy way to do it is you can use a book, an old book, any kind of book that you want to poke your holes into. But I think I'm going to use this one. Now, a lot of times I will grab my ruler and I will place my ruler in here. This is my way of doing it. I learned it from Gail Gustinelli. So it's 8.5, so it's going to be 4 1/4. So I will take and poke it right at that. Doesn't have to be exact. A lot of times I just eyeball it, you know. And then I'm going to go about an inch in. I've always done it where I do about an inch in. I'm doing it for those of you who like to measure. I normally would just eyeball this and not worry about it. I'd do it on the book and just, but I'm doing it. These cradles are fabulous, though. You see how it works. It holds your book in place. It doesn't move around. Your other option is, of course, to do this. And so you don't poke your table. You don't poke yourself. And I didn't get them through that far, so I need a bigger hole than that. Okay, so my holes, and I'm right on the spine. See how perfect that is? So you can use the book or you can use the cradle. Again, these are Crafty Cat USA, Amy over there on Etsy. If she doesn't have any in the shop, ask her. She custom made this color. Sometimes if you ask her if she has a certain color, can she make a certain color? She will try to accommodate you if she has the plastic. I don't know. Like I said, with things going crazy right now with tariffs and things, I don't know what's going to be available. But ask. I don't know in our own shop. We may end up having to close our shop. We'll see. We're going to keep it open as long as we absolutely can. As long as we can get product for you guys, we will keep it open. Oh, there it is. I don't know why I'm looking for that there. Okay, I got this great kit on Amazon. I don't want that. And it came with pretty much everything I could possibly want. It's a bookbinding kit on Amazon. So I'm going to go 1, 2. A lot of people leave it on the spool, but it just drives me crazy. And then I always add a couple of inches more because I like to put dingles on mine, and I don't know if I will or I won't here, but you never know, right? So I want to make sure that I have the option if I want it. You get needles, you get all kinds of fun stuff. All these needles came with the kit. I have to decide. I'm working with a heavier cardstock, so I think I'm going to go with the wider needle. We'll see if that's going to be my thing. Now, like again, I said I was taught by Gail Augustinelli. She is my mentor. She taught me many years ago. So we're going to go through the middle. She's also one of my dearest friends, one of my best friends, my bestie, my crafty sister. We consider each other sisters. We are very close. We are 2 peas in a pod. Okay. See why I went to a bigger... I probably should have gone to the smaller one because I'm really having a hard time getting that through there. I think I'm going to go to the smaller one. Sometimes it just makes too big a hole, and I'll have to fill that a little bit. If it does make too big a hole and I feel like it's going to rip, what I will do is I will add a little bit of glue once everything's done. I'll squirt a little bit of glue in that hole to keep things from ripping. Sorry guys, I had to, this one doesn't like to fit this is waxed thread, which is my preferred thread. I prefer this over everything else. Now I'm going to go back in through the middle next to it. Don't split your thread or you won't be able to tighten it down. Go through here. This is always the tough one for me. I don't know if you can see if I'm off camera or not. This is always the hard one for me, is this top one. If I'm going to have an issue, this is where it will be. Ow! If you cannot get it through. Of course, I did poke myself, and I've never done that, but of course, there's a first time for everything. if you can't get it through, because my hands are really weak right now, use a pair of needle nose pliers, okay? So you can see I don't do this on camera very much for a reason, but that's okay. I'm doing it for you newbies. Go through here, because you want that thread on each side of the hole right here. Now, we do it a little different than others, but that's okay. Everybody does it differently. But I've been doing it this way for 5 years, so 6 years. Here we go. I had to think about it. Oh, by the way, on April 5th, my YouTube channel was exactly 4 years old. Yay! Congratulations to us, right? All of you who've been here with me all this time, 4 full years. Now, I just make a little bow. We'll go back to that in a minute. Here, I've tied it twice, and then I just make a little bow until I'm ready to add any charms. If I don't, I can cut it off. I can leave it. I can do whatever I want, right? So for now, I'm going to put that back in there. Oh, one thing I do is I do make these the same length before I do the bow. It's easier when it comes to adding charms, and you know I have like a billion charms, and we have them in the shop too. Lots of charms. We've got some great vintage looking key charms. Oh my gosh, and some other cute stuff that for those of you who like that old world look, we've got stuff to hang on these. So I'm going to put all my little, this is my little pouch that I keep, keep all my bookbinding stuff in. Sits on my shelf next to me, and there it is. I bought that at a local shop here in town, made by a local artisan. Okay, or I don't know if it was made by one, but anyway, there we have it. Okay, now here's the fun part. These pages are very stiff, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to do that. Now, I think this one's going to probably work better for me because it's got a really heavy end, and we're going to bend these pages page by page. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to go like this, and like this. This will help your book close a bit better. Okay, now I see that might rip, so we may have to use some washi tape there. I'll know when we get there. I pulled it pretty tight. I might have pulled it a little too tight. I've never had the thread loosen up because this wax thread doesn't loosen up. Other threads, whether you're using embroidery thread or string or ribbon, they will loosen up over time. So if you want it to stay put, because I sell mine and I do, see what I'm doing? I'm prepping the pages for folding page by page by page. Gets easier as you go further down the book. You also know if you have any rips or tears, if you're going to have to do any work. Now you see this is a very neutral, basic journal. Now you can, from here, any genre that you like or that you're willing to do or that you do, you can do. Now we're going to the other side of the page, right? You can do with one of these. It is the best jumping off point. Oop, that moved on me. Well, that's okay. It's an old paper. It's fine. But this way, you get to, I'm doing it upside down. You see that? Just because it's easier for me to push down on this side by turning it upside down. Otherwise, it would be backwards for me as a righty. As a lefty, I probably wouldn't have had to do that. These are coffee dyed, making me hungry. It makes me want to go get a cup of coffee, like iced coffee or Starbucks. In Europe, I think you call it Costa. You go to Costa, we go to Starbucks here in the U.S. And some countries in Europe have Starbucks. I don't travel, so I don't know. They used to be worldwide, but I heard they had closed tons, and I didn't know if they closed any in Europe. They got too big too fast, and kind of like everything else, you know, you grow, and then you go, whoops. I think I missed a page there. They're kind of getting kind of bent, so I'm doing the best I can here. And there we go. Now, see, that fits a little. This is a very thick, very heavy, hefty. Hear it? I mean, It's a hefty journal. Now you see a lot of that is straight. Now, if you don't like that, you could take a ruler on a cutting mat that is self-healing, and you could take and cut it down. Use your knife and cut it down to get how you want. Now, I personally don't care. I like that things kind of, I did get rid of the ones that were standing out in the middle, and I did cut down the next ones just to give us a little less. If I decided I didn't like the paper sticking out, of course, I could cut those down too. And, you know, I could do it page by page using a ruler and a cutting knife, but I'm not going to. I'm okay with it. I'm not that picky. I like my journals to have a little personality. But if not, pre-cut them before you stitch it together. So there you have it. There is your basic, back to basics journal. And what I wanted to do was have us decorate this using background pages from digital kits and using scrapbook paper. Hold on a minute. I'll show you what I mean. One sec. Let me grab my big basket scrapbook paper. I'm looking to see if I have my single-sideds here or if these are double-sided. Those are double. Are they single? Oh, it looks like I only have my double-sided right here. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. Of course, of course. A color of another horse or something like that. 1 minute. Let me grab a scrapbook pad. Hold, please. I'm sure I can find one somewhere. Yeah, here's one. Okay. I don't know if this is a new one or one. Oh, I guess it's one I've already been using. I bought a couple of them twice because I love them so much. And I use them so much like this. We want to be able to decorate our pages. We're going to take like a sheet of scrapbook paper or a sheet of digital and take it and make pockets, side tucks, fold outs, just using these lovely bits and pieces. Like, oh, look how pretty that is. I have to come up with a cover. So what I'm going to do on my off time is figure out what I want my cover to be and what I want to have in here. Because I think I'm going to want to use, 1 second, let me put that cutter away. Give me a minute. Let me grab a kit. I just got a couple brand new kits in. Nope, that's not it. Hello, 1 minute. Okay, I got these in. And so what you would do is you would, you know, cover your page. We're going to do our cover, and then that'll determine what's going to be on the inside. So what I want to do is go through and pull a bunch of pages. And then I won't do any creating with, you know, we'll start all together, right? Probably this is going to be our Saturday project, I would think. Isn't that pretty? These are the prettiest papers. I mean, they're so pretty. The cool part is a lot of them will have things that you can cut out. Like I could fussy cut this and put it on the front of just a plain background page. Maybe I find a page that this looks good with. I cover the cover with, let's see. Nope, let's find a color that it looks good with. Not that green, not that green. Let me keep going. Ooh, nope, not that green. Well, that's pretty. Now, these two would be lovely on the cover. So what I could do is cover the cover with this and then cut this out and glue it on the front. It allows us to use papers we already have in a new way. Instead of needing like ephemera pieces or ephemera digitals, we can use just whatever backgrounds we have, which I kind of like that. I may leave that out. I think I'm going to leave those out. And I think I'm going to steal one of these pages out to put with this. So this is probably going to be the project we will work on Saturday. And this will be our Saturday project. I mean, I could use any kit, but I just happen to grab that. Now, I'm going to also be adding some ladies. So this could change, but this is just to give you an idea that I'm going to use scrapbook paper and fussy cut this, glue it on with some lace and some things. And here we have, I may do the whole thing. Can I cover the whole thing with this? Let's see. I could. So I could wrap it around and put that on. Yeah, I might do that. I don't know yet. Because it's, you know, glue, it's now stitched in. A lot of times I don't stitch my journals in till I'm ready to put them together, but this is a base. This is how you do basic journal. And so we do that, and then we can add our roses and our lace and all of our goodies would be, and then we can figure out what do we want in the middle, and then I can figure out what I want for ephemera. Now, I may use ladies, but they're probably going to be cabinet card style ladies. Not necessarily, they're not going to be part of journal kits, I don't think, unless there just happen to be like a lady sitting there that I really liked and I cut her out. Right? So I was looking at this. Yeah, there's a lot of greens in here, but they're not quite the right green. So I think that rosy color behind it, peachy rose color, is pretty. Ooh, there's a pretty color. Oh, I like that too. Well, okay. Depends on whether I'm going to go dark or light, right? I'll pull them both out. We'll see. So you get the idea of, I think, and I hope I'm explaining it right. I apologize if I'm not. Sorry about that. But the goal is to cover this using basic digitals and basic single-sided until we can use single-sided until we're ready for some fancy pieces, right? But the basics, tucks and things like that, and pockets, and excuse me, my nose is itching like crazy, and because these are moldy at one point, so they're probably bothering me a little bit. But I hope that makes sense, guys. I don't know. I feel like I'm fumbling here with this. I apologize. Hopefully you get the idea. Anyway, I think it's going to be a fun project for us. You can do it right along with me. So while you're waiting for part 2 of this, it's going to be a series. We're going to call it a series. And while you're waiting for part 2, part 1 is, you know, creating the basic journal. Part 2 will be filling it, decorating it, and finding pieces that all sort of coordinate together from all different sources. So I'm not going to be using like a single digital kit. Okay, so that's very rare for me. I hardly ever, you know, just mix all my papers and stuff together. I can, but I don't do it too often. So I'll be looking through all my ladies and things and see if I want to add them, because I definitely think it's going to be very, very feminine for me. Now, if you like rustic, if you like grunge, if you like it steampunk, or you're into very botanical, mine will be botanical. It's going to be botanical rose and flowers, and then possibly some ladies just to have accents to fill these up. And I'll be mainly decorating these heavier pages, but you never know. We might use some edge strips or lace on some of these pages, but we want to predominantly leave these to write on, because this is definitely a writing journal. Oh, I didn't count how many pages with you, because we have the cover, but this is considered, I guess we could count that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that's 88 surfaces for you to use. Probably 86 that will be writable, but 88 and more because we're going to add pockets and tags and things. So this little project is going to take a bit, but I think we're going to make it a series. I don't know if it'll just be on Saturdays or twice a week, but we are going to work on a series. So if you haven't made a journal or you haven't made one of these before, let's do it together, okay? Get your stuff and let's have some fun. So, all right, you guys, I think I wore myself out with that. I hope you understand what I'm doing here. I'm going to use, oh, it's tight. Yeah, I'm going to have to make sure those don't pop up again. I end up breaking them. There we go. I want to kind of hold that down to keep it closed so we can start getting the spine used to being closed. It's very thick. It's going to be gator mouth because of this hard cardstock. Now, before I finish up, if you don't like that, you could take out 1 each of the, so you take out about 3 pages of the 65-pound craft cardstock, but it will give it a very different feeling. So it's totally up to you if you don't want the 2. It's fine. But I think this gives it a very fun, unique, sturdy as heck journal that you would really love to write in if you're a writer. And even if not, is a great gift for someone that you know and care about. So, Okay, guys, I'm tired. I'm going to quit here. That's it for our video today. I will see you again very soon for part 2 of the series of, back to basics. So here we go. All right, guys, I love you all. I'll see you all very soon. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.